welcome to episode 3 of the Pickup Podcast on the Pickup Universe. I'm Mark, and today I'm joined by Andy and Paul. So we're going to try a bit of a different format today on the podcast. We've got a few different sections to work through. But yeah, the main sort of meat, I guess, of the episodes is going to be about conspiracy theories or sort of strangest, weird and wonderful conspiracy theories that are out there. And
plenty.
Yeah. We're going to have a bit of a discussion about them. But yeah, first of all, the first section is Sappening. So yeah, what's happening, boys?
Well, good. I've been working on this Grease the Musical thing that we're putting on next year in my work. We're all playing in the band for it, so it's a lot of work. But I can't wait. I watched Grease for the first time last week as well. And,
You've never watched Grease?
Never watched Grease.
That's outrageous.
So, I mean, I've heard the songs and that, but I've never had the reason to watch Grease.
That's an amazing revelation.
That is balmy. I could just stop this podcast right now.
Eliza was watching too, and I didn't realise that some bits are a bit more risque. Than
some of it's like a bit close to the bone, isn't it? Yeah.
I suppose a lot of it's sort of where adults would know what's going on, but kids wouldn't, so it's alright. There was a couple of things where she was like, "What does he mean by that?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'd have to ask him." But yeah.
Have you seen the musical though?
I think I have. Yeah. I know. We do a few trips down to London, and I think that was one, but it didn't really stand out to me.
Yeah.
Ours will be better.
Yeah. Oh.
I just find that completely nuts that you've
It's
never...
like Dirty Dancing. I've seen Dirty Dancing. I know I haven't.
Oh, what?
Up until recently, I hadn't watched it. Holly got me onto that, I think. Yeah.
I've never seen that, to be fair.
But they just seem like maybe if you're a teenage girl, that's when you watch it.
Fair play.
Haven't been through that stage yet.
I love a bit of Swayze, so... Isn't it nuts that, like, if Grease came out today, it'd be set in, like, the early 90s?
And it'd be cancelled as well, probably.
Wasn't it, like, it was about 20 years, wasn't it, between... So it was set in, like, the 1950s, but it come out in the 70s.
Yeah.
So it'd be people walking around with like Nokia 3310s and stuff.
That'd be great.
It'd be very in style right now, wouldn't it?
What would it be called? I suppose Grease was all about, the grease and back the hair and stuff. What would the style? Would it be neon?
Yeah, bucket hat.
That's it. We're doing it. Gonna go watch Bucket Hat.
I'm excited though. We did the Addams Family a couple of years ago, didn't we?
Yeah, it's great.
And it's just nice to be part of a musical.
Yeah,
it's just a nice atmosphere, a nice sort of collaborative team thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think before that I hadn't mixed the arts. We've done band stuff, but we've never done it with dancers, played music for dancers and performers.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. But, and Grease is just a solid one as well. Absolute.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, I don't really know Grease, but then I was looking through the set list and thought, I know that.
Yeah.
It's intricate that there's a thing about musicals, music. It's like you'd think, it's fine. It's not fine, is it?
Yeah.
It's really not like just normal songs. It just jumps around and there's just key changes and tempo changes, and it's just constant because it's got to go with the lyrics, hasn't it? It's more about the lyrics than the music. So
yeah, it's not just verse, chorus. Full chord,
especially on the stage version as well. Obviously, the film is just basically the song, isn't it? But then it's adapted for the stage to last longer or go in different directions or whatever.
Yeah, you have to have a little break for dialogue and then keep you have a little bed underneath.
Yeah, you have to pad. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, what's happening with you, Paul?
Not a whole lot. We got quite drunk on Saturday, didn't we?
Yeah, silent disco.
Silent disco, which was quite fun. It's just always fun taking your headphones off in that situation, isn't it? Just listening to everyone singing quite loudly.
That's another thing we've never done silent disco. We never did that at Glastonbury when we went in there.
You'll have to.
It was good. We'll have to do another one. Yeah.
Pick up silent disco. Yeah. You're all invited. All too happy.
But yeah, we've been kind of chugging away in the background, really, haven't we? Kind of putting things into place for the pod and trying to up the value of it all, and
Hence the new format today.
Yeah, it's been quite fun planning stuff, but you get to the point when you can just over plan and never do, don't you? So just need to crack on and keep doing it.
Yeah. We're a fan of mixing things up and not very good at staying still for long.
Yeah, well, you could say we don't rest on our laurels. Change is as good as a rest.
But yeah, not much going on with me really. I've recovered from being ill. If you watched the last Shuffle episodes, which is on YouTube now, or Spotify if you haven't, so I had a bit of a sniffle and fully recovered from that now. So
I feel like everyone just like, if you get ill now, it just lasts so much longer because no one's got like any kind of resistance to anything.
Yeah,
you've been indoors for 2 years.
Yeah, if all of this had been going around last year, we'd have all built up something to it, but just staying away from each other last
Plus, there's that thing of like stigma about actually having a cough or a sniffle at the moment.
Yeah, you feel like a leper, don't you, if you cough and someone's present.
Like in the office, people might cough or something. Everyone's just like,
oh, COVID.
Go get a test.
Got bored of that in like July last year.
I am bored of COVID now. I'm not gonna lie.
Sort of third jabs ramping up now, aren't they? So
I know this is controversial. I don't know if I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, I know. I was fine with the first two, but
the first two they were like,
I feel like
this is gonna work, and then it didn't.
Yeah, I know.
So now I'm just like, like I get it. Like, and if you're in a really vulnerable position,
that's what I mean.
Do
like
it.
Older generation, vulnerable.
I just don't see any downside to getting it though.
Yeah, but when they kind of like said, this is getting into a bit of a, but when they said originally like the vaccine, it helps to stop transmission, it helps to fight it, all this kind of stuff, and it's like more people have got it now than ever.
Yeah, but then they're not hospitalised as much, are they? So
yeah, true. And another thing is I've had it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those where we don't know what it would have been like if we hadn't had the jab.
So I'd only had one jab and I got it pretty bad, but then I was all right afterwards. So lucky,
Yeah.
And I don't know. There's just like a thing in my head now where I know what you're saying. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's like I mean, that's the main thing, innit? It's for free.
Yeah.
And it's not like a. I mean, funnily enough, I'm not like a conspiracy theory or like trying to implant stuff in me and all this. It's like I just don't know if I need it.
Yeah,
so I'm always a little bit like that with medicine. Like, do I really need this, or am I just?
Oh, I'm just like, give it to me.
Yeah. Even like paracetamol and stuff, I'll always just kind of forego it for a little bit longer just to see if I get better on my own. If you know what I mean.
I did read something the other day. I didn't properly read the article, but I just saw a headline basically that said we're thinking of scrapping even isolation and stuff next year, and the regular testing and stuff. Yeah, so if so, I guess just like the flu or whatever. If you're ill, you're not gonna be out of the house loads anyway, are you? But I
think it's just costing so much money as well, isn't it? And not just for the tests and for the jabs and for the everything like that. It's like how much has been lost in like days of work that people have had to forego and stuff. I've done 10 days out of work.
Thankfully, I've not had to do one yet.
No, so.
Oh no, so I've done 3 10 days, but I've had to isolate 4 times. It's so demoralising when you get that like text or phone call or something. Okay, here we go. Get the shopping, and then we'll stay doing nothing for 10 days.
Yeah,
10 days is such an arbitrary number as well. I feel like it's that like thing of 5 fruit and veg a day. Like someone just went 10. I know there's probably science behind it, but I don't know. I just, as you say, if they're thinking about scrapping it, it's 10 days is so long.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. That's what I mean. Like, if you've got flu, it's not like the government are making you stay in your house, are they? You are allowed out. You probably won't go out, but it's not like you're basically in prison for 10 days, is it? So it would make sense to scrap it and treat it as a normal illness, I suppose.
And there's so many other illnesses that have been maybe undiagnosed now as well, which is going to be, they're not going to publicise them numbers, are they?
No.
Yeah.
So it's hard to compare and contrast, but again, that's a different podcast, maybe.
There's a few conspiracy theories obviously knocking around about COVID, isn't there, about where it originated from, and that the media created and all this sort of stuff, population control, but
it didn't work.
Yeah.
I love conspiracy theories that are just quite obviously wrong because they just didn't work.
Yeah.
I've got a humdinger of one.
Well, yeah, next we're going to talk about the Discord channel. Is it a channel?
I think it is a channel, yeah, server, channel.
Yeah.
There is channels within the server, maybe, so yeah.
So if you haven't got Discord, it's basically a forum, isn't it? I think?
Yeah, that's how we're kind of treating it. I think you can use it in a few different ways. But what we want to do is create a place where fans of the podcast, even if you're not a fan of the podcast, just a place for chat, community. Yeah, we're just trying to try and bring people that like the kind of things that we like into one room on the internet, and you know, it's just a nice place to chat. We loved a forum back in the day.
We were brought up on forums.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we cut our online teeth.
Yeah.
And I think everyone's just on Facebook these days, and it's as good as it is. There isn't a way in Facebook to just to go back into different discussions.
Yeah.
And I like that about Discord. I like that about forums, where it's broken down into sections, and you can just drop in here and there. It's not just commenting on the most recent posts from a page.
Yeah, it as soon as a page gets a lot of traction, it's really difficult to keep up, isn't it?
Yeah, and
just with Facebook,
throw it in different order as well on Facebook.
Yeah, because it's like algorithm based and stuff.
Yeah.
That's a good thing about Discord is, as you say, it's all. So I think we've got just general chat and talk about the podcast, but then we've got new music. If you want to just talk about new music, if you want to promote your band, drop it in there. If you want to chat about films and all that kind of stuff, we'll put a whole channel in. And if we've missed something and you want us to put a channel in just for that thing, then sweet, let us know. Join the Discord and let us know. We'll post the invite to the Discord on our Facebook and
it's on the homepage of the
like
website now.
All right.
Yeah, so
Could you put it in the link in the description?
Link below.
In the bio, description, whatever.
And show notes if we're on Spotify and stuff. But yeah, we are all active members on there, and we'll be active members on there and stuff. So chat to us, and we want to chat to you. We want to have suggestions of what we want to talk about. If you think the new kind of show flow is good, and let us know. If you don't, let us know as well, because we want it to be kind of good for everyone, really. And it's just kind of a new. It's not obviously Discord isn't new, but it's kind of new for us. So it's kind of like we're kind of feeling out where we're going with it, as well as you might be. So
go on the journey with us.
It's a bit of fun.
Learn it with us,
and it's just. We can create a community, and we can have meetups and all that kind of stuff in the future, which would be nice. Yeah,
I think forums promote more of a community, don't they? Like Facebook groups and that are good, but I think forums you usually have to is a bit more involved in the sign up process, isn't it? So you really want to be there if you're going to sign up, if you know what I mean. Whereas it's not just like a click of a button. Oh yeah, I'll join that group on Facebook. Not really bothering to really posting it or anything, but
I think you notice people more as well, rather than just an arbitrary comments.
You never see the whole group, do you? You just see the people who are commenting.
And you never know. We've discussed as well about doing kind of Discord only content as well. So, for example, we want to do maybe some watch-alongs of films or programs or something, but also some listen-alongs of albums, and we can just completely steal Tim Burgess's idea. Maybe invite some bands into the Discord and listen to their record with them in our Discord and kind of do it that way.
I think on Spotify now actually where you can do the group listening thing. I haven't tried it yet, but
No.
you basically like you click on like the more info thing and scrolls to the bottom. It says group listen or something, and basically invite your friends. And when you press play, there starts at the same time.
Oh, that's amazing!
Yeah.
I love that. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Set a date, set an album.
Yeah.
Test it out.
So again, if you want to listen to a record with us, let us know what record you want to listen to, and we'll do that.
Yeah.
And we can stream it or something like that, and it'll be just in the Discord.
We're obviously going to do all our other stuff as well. We're not completely moving to Discord.
Yeah,
but
we're not closed garden, walled garden. What's it called? It is now. Not a walled garden. We've got a gate.
So moving on to the main crux of the show, the conspiracy theories.
That's really cold. Sorry.
So what have we got? Who wants to go first?
I've got a couple. The main one, have you heard the Wayfair conspiracy?
No.
Well,
Give it to us.
so apparently people were searching on Wayfair for cupboards, storage containers.
Is this Wayfair, the
Wayfair,
online retailer?
Yeah, it's an online retailer. You go and buy beds, tables, stuff like that. But there were some really, really expensive sort of wardrobes and storage, big metal containers with the names of like girls' names as the items. And so obviously Twitter and TikTok users went down the whole, it's child trafficking. It's child trafficking. There's a kid called Claire in that. It's just waiting in that, to report. And then it got even further that apparently if you searched the SKU, the individual code on some Russian search engine, it came up with like pictures of women, like different women, and they're like, right, that's the woman that's been trafficked, that's the kid that's been trafficked and stuff. And it's just basically if you search any random 6-digit number, it'd come up with a picture of someone. But yeah, it was swiftly debunked. Yeah. But it's just that kind of thing is like your classic things getting blown out of all kind of proportion. Yeah.
The internet has made conspiracy theories like explode.
Because I mean, how before the internet, how would these spread?
Well, before the internet, if your mate was in the pub and was going, hey, if you buy this IKEA wardrobe, you get a female inside as well. You'd go, you're nuts, I'm going home.
You're barred.
Yeah. So I feel like it's given a platform to people to meet other people like that, and that's how these things possibly gain traction.
And it makes you wonder whether people just make them up for the sake of making it up, or whether they genuinely believe these kind of things.
Oh, we can get into why people believe conspiracy theories a bit later.
What's your favourite one? I know you've got a few written down anyway.
Gone for like a royal family angle on this one. That the Queen Elizabeth II is a cannibal. I don't know if anyone's heard this one.
Did she just have a dodgy meal the other day? That's why she missed the...
Well, there's a few, sort of supporting facts and figures that I've got printed out, came prepared. So, her reign has lasted for nearly 70 years, longer than that of any other British monarch. And at the age of 95, she's still very active. Her beauty and vitality are enough to make one question her age.
High iron levels.
So this theory dates back to 1973 when Hubert Humdinger commented on the Queen's longevity. He published an article saying how Elizabeth II was packed with more energy than the sun. So he theorised that the Queen's youthful vibrance comes from a hidden habit of eating human flesh.
Habit.
So he talked about the spiritual energy that is present in a human that can be transmitted through consumption of the meat. And there's reports as well that there's loads of reports of missing children in Canada each time the Queen goes to visit over there. So,
come on.
Just offering them up.
What's the best flavour of person? Oh, Canadian. Canadians are really, really tasty. All that maple syrup.
They make it the most useful.
Sweet.
And
I
apparently,
prefer an American.
apparently an anonymous soldier, convenient, on guard in the Windsor Castle, reported having found a secret freezer hidden in the kitchen. He claims to have found arms, legs, and several other human body parts.
Why would a soldier be in the kitchen?
What was it? Hidden in the kitchen? Just a freezer hidden in the kitchen. Hide it somewhere else. That's where I hide men, but not him. That is outrageous.
And also, apparently cannibalism is not a crime, it says here.
Well, you will have killed a person.
Yeah, apart from also the Queen Elizabeth II's position that she can't be like sort of prosecuted for things. It's safeguarding her apparently, so that's how she gets away
can't
with
be prosecuted for anything.
Something like that. I don't know. There is some sort of safeguarding thing, isn't there? But yeah. The UK law states that the sovereign is under immunity and cannot be prosecuted under a criminal charge.
All right.
What do we think of that one? Do you think the Queen's a cannibal?
Well, you have sort of sold it to me a bit there.
You really haven't sold it to me.
I think the anonymous soldier sold it to me. Like.
This is nuts. Isn't it? Come off it.
I just love the sort of weird and wonderful ones that are just completely ridiculous.
I just don't understand where that would even come into, like... she could get, like, Wagyu beef flown in per meal.
Canadian beef.
Do you know what I mean? Like, she could get, like... she could genuinely get, like, any food helicoptered in from anywhere in the world, like, at any point.
But she's got an insatiable thirst for flesh. And Wagyu beef isn't going to cut her. She wants raw, child.
And there is also one as well, isn't it? Prince of Wales is a vampire that he's related to Vlad the Impaler.
Well, it all adds up.
He's a vampire.
Well, if his mum's a...
Yeah, so they're all thirsty for blood.
Hang on, was
human
Vlad
flesh.
the Impaler a vampire?
Yeah, apparently.
What?
The Impaler.
Proven vampire.
Not my words.
Yeah.
Words of Hubert.
I mean, like,
Humdinger.
the fact that she's 95 surely is just... I mean... David Attenborough's like 96.
Yeah, our all 95-year-olds.
And he's like still trotting around the earth doing PR class stuff. Is he a cannibal as well?
Maybe he travels the air so much. He's probably been to Canada quite a few times as well, hasn't he? So.
Finds the best.
Yeah.
What is happening? You can't possibly believe this.
I don't. Just think it's class.
My head's falling off big time here.
What's yours then? Go on.
I mean, my favourite one ever is that Paul McCartney's dead. That is like, hands down, the best conspiracy theory that's ever happened. I think it was like 1969. They said that he was
this might beat it.
like hit by a car or something in Germany, and then they had to hold like a lookalike contest to like fill his boots and stuff.
Was it an accident, or did the Queen arrange a hit on him because she liked the look of it?
But I just love that he's been as prolific, like, as a songwriter. I mean, not the fact that like he's been married a whole bunch of times and like sure, like that would have come out. But like, I think if you played some of the Beatles records backwards, you heard some stuff.
Yeah.
I suppose, like you just hinted at there, like getting one songwriter as good as Paul McCartney is like a 1 in a million.
But one that is as good
identical
and also identical to him. So there was a thing as well. I think I saw where they were. There was a photo of the four of them pre-1969 where he was one height, and then like 1970 or something when he was like 3 or 4 inches taller. He's like
wearing platforms.
They were like 18 when they just grew.
Just pan down.
Yeah.
Isn't there something about the Abbey Road photo as well that he's like barefoot? Or
yeah, that's like a whole thing where people say it's a funeral procession.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
And that I think George is in denim and he's meant to be the grave digger.
It's like a all white thing.
Ringo's in black and he's meant to be the priest, and obviously John's in white, he's meant to be, and then he's got no shoes, like Paul's got no shoes on, signifying that he's dead.
I was actually
Not just signifying that he's dead, signifying that the guy that he's just replaced is dead.
Yeah.
So like, you know, and then like I think if you rewind one of the records, you hear John say like, "I buried Paul," which just isn't a thing at all. I think you've got to like rewind it at the most select speed, and then just it's like almost audible, possibly, you know. And if he was dead, just say it.
Yeah.
I just don't know what you would gain.
Why cover it up?
Yeah, what would you put? Surely, like, I mean, I know in the most horrendous, like, cynical way, if at the height of their fame, Paul McCartney died, their sales would have gone through the roof.
Yeah, you wouldn't cover. I mean, you would cover up the Queen being a cannibal, so that makes sense that is covered up.
That makes you're convincing me now. Yeah.
Although you wouldn't even need to if she has immunity, would you?
She just come on,
Why would there be a conspiracy theory?
Yeah, I'm going to eat you.
Yeah.
Whoever says that she...
Yeah, that's how she sprained her back.
Yeah. I think the Paul McCartney one's hilarious. And I really like the Illuminati one. I just find that hilarious that people think that group of people would name themselves.
I've got a link to Illuminati one where, do you remember the Ice Bucket Challenge in 2014?
Yeah, I've seen this one.
So that was that people were cleansing themselves, or like, people were being encouraged to cleanse themselves and each other ahead of like some kind of rapture, or like there was going to be a mass killing where, you know, because they've been cleansed, they're ready to, you know, move on.
Like mass sacrifice or whatever.
Like sacrifice to the Illuminati gods or whatever. Which again makes sense.
People look well too much into things, don't they? Like, like
definitely.
Finding that little bit of audio in the Beatles song.
How long did that take them?
How people trawling through that and slowing stuff down and everything. Just...
Do you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to listen to one of my favourite records backwards.
So that Ivan Etniage. Joined the Navy.
If you look hard enough, you can find anything that sounds like anything. Like, vaguely.
I think there's loads of stuff in like Led Zeppelin songs that tell people to like eat flesh and
satanic kind of thing.
all that kind of stuff. But I think people talking backwards just also sounds a bit like stuff.
Yeah, stuff even on like there was like a recent tragedy and horrible, but like the Astro World thing, there's stuff coming out about that on TikTok and stuff, saying it was a satanic sacrifice, and there was like a thing on the screen before that said like "see you on the other side," and then like people are analysing the way flames are coming out the pyrotechnics and stuff, and that shape of the flame means that it's this and that. It's just
let it be a tragedy.
I think like as humans we want to attach meaning to stuff, don't we? And that's kind of where a lot of these things possibly stem from, the unexplainable.
Yeah.
It's unexplainable, and we have a very difficult time just dealing with that.
Yeah.
And I think that's where this sort of stuff stems from.
So it sort of takes us on, I guess, to the why people believe the theories, and there's something down here. It says the human tendency to sort of believe whatever satisfies our preconception, whether true or not.
It's confirmation bias, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Like, oh, something must have been at play here, and then someone goes, "Oh, there was.
Yeah.
It's lizards, right? And there's 150 of them, and they all love a triangle." What?
Anything better? Then why not?
You know, like,
as experts say that the majority of people do not easily fall for falsehoods, but when misinformation offers simple, casual explanations for otherwise random events, it helps restore a sense of agency and control for many people.
Yeah, I think I quite like I know I'm quite weird about this, but I quite like kind of chaos theory.
Yeah.
I like that we are this weird bacteria that have kind of got out of hand on a rock in the middle of nothing.
Yeah, there doesn't have to be.
There doesn't have to be a meaning behind that. It just is. There's a big ball of gas over there as well.
And so much misinformation. As I'd like to say, people like to come to conclusions about things quickly, don't they? They want answers quick and stuff. So that's where like misinformation, I guess, comes from.
And I think like we are in the age of information, aren't we? This is like we're recording this the day after the sort of failed terrorist attack in Liverpool, and even that like a couple of hours after and stuff. There's so much stuff out there which people believed or people didn't believe, whatever. But
it's natural to sort of jump onto Twitter and try and find out more information.
Exactly. Yeah, people just want to know what's happened, and
that's dangerous in many ways because people are spreading misinformation.
Yeah.
But again, it's satisfying that need to know.
Yeah.
It's a strange one. As I say, I'd rather it be. Maybe that's my own confirmation bias in that I'd rather it be chaos than have to attach a meaning to things.
Yeah.
So I'm actually confirmation biased the other way. If that makes sense.
That's quite sort of.
I'm kind of unconfirmation biased.
That's a stoic sort of. It's like it's done. There's no reason. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I suppose you can move on easier. Everyone else is like, why did it happen?
Yeah. You just did.
Yeah. Get over it.
Yeah.
Don't get over it. But,
Deal with it a little bit.
Accept it.
Accept it. Accept the things that come to you as they come to you.
Yeah. Such as the Queen is.
She's also a lizard, is she? Is that another conspiracy theory? How can you still be drinking that? That must be like ice cold by now.
Iced tea. I think there's a thing about reptiles ruling the world, isn't there? Like, apparently Justin Bieber's one.
Why not? I mean, I heard some price. Have you heard this as well?
Look at all.
Yeah. Ruling that world of it is,
But
that brings a new meaning to the believers, doesn't it?
There are a couple of conspiracy theories that have turned out to sort of have elements of truth as well. Got a couple here. Another Beatles one. John Lennon was under government surveillance. And the conspiracy was that the FBI was spying on former Beatle John Lennon, and the truth in that was that, he was basically, because of his anti-war songs like "Give Peace a Chance" and stuff.
He was an anarchist essentially, wasn't
put
he?
him under surveillance for Immigration and Naturalization Service, whatever that means, and tried to deport him. And tobacco companies knew that cigarettes cause cancer as well. Apparently, there's research from the 1950s showing an indisputable link between smoking and lung cancer, but obviously sort of money-making type thing. He kept it under wraps. I think people knew, didn't he? But it was never really confirmed.
Well, it makes you think like things like big oil companies, coal, energy companies, and that. It's like, now it's all coming out that coal's bad for the bad for the environment, but they must have known 80s, 70s.
Oh yeah. Here's what I'm saying. Like, usually it's just the thing that's in front of you. That's the thing. A lot of people want to.
Chekhov's gun, or was it? Is it Chekhov's gun? That's a thing, isn't it?
Chekhov's gun is it if there's a gun in a scene and you pick it up, you're going to shoot someone with it. And if there's a gun in a scene, you don't pick it up, it's going to shoot you.
Right.
I think.
What am I thinking?
So it's in your it's in your interest if you want to stay alive to grab the gun.
So what's the thing where it's the most obvious reason is usually the reason?
Maybe that's I just thought the gun thing was.
It'll flash up on the screen now. What the?
Yeah, it'll point to the winner of this conversation.
Sorry if you're listening on Spotify.
The winner was. Mark's gonna do a voiceover now.
Write in the comments. Go on the Discord and tell us your best
And
phrases.
if you don't have a Discord, sign up for the Discord, then go on the Discord, then tell us.
Google it.
Yeah.
Be like one of them voice generator things on TikTok here where you type it in the so computer voice says it.
And it's like one thing is slightly wrong.
Yeah. Any other mad ones that people want to mention?
No, I was scrolling through some and I thought, I'm not even going to give that the time of day.
I mean, it's funny, isn't it, when you look kind of, now that we have a little bit of hindsight on COVID, now that we had talked about it before, that when it first kind of broke in January of 2019, was it? 2020?
Yeah, I think
2019, wasn't it?
First
2020,
cases were,
It's 2019,
first
December.
cases were 2019, but I think it came out more in like February.
Yeah,
January,
March,
February, wasn't it? Yeah. I just found it really funny that, like, now when we look back and they're like, yeah, this market over here, there's loads of mad animals in here, you know, and they're like, someone was like, isn't there an institute of virology over there where you test coronaviruses? And they're like, no. Look at this market over here. Is it really a bat? You were eating a bat soup? What? How crazy is this over here? You know, it's like this big smoking gun over here. And like everyone was like, yeah, it's bats, isn't it? Oh God, bloody bats! It's like, yeah, it's the thing that's in front of you. You know, it's one of them where you're right. People want to believe their own kind of bias, don't they?
There was one other theory I saw that was NASA is hiding a second sun from us.
I mean, we haven't spoken about the biggest conspiracy theory in the world, moon landing.
Yeah.
And jet fuel melts steel beams.
Yeah. That could be a whole thing. But yeah, I mean, moon landings. Did they land on the moon? Yeah.
Yes, obviously.
Yes.
Tell us why not.
Yeah.
Tell us your favourite conspiracy theory.
I think I just love the story of like Stanley Kubrick directing a fake moon landing in a warehouse in LA, you know. And like, I know there's a thing where people have kind of debunked some of the photographs as so some of the photographs of them kind of using the jetpacks have been debunked about they were training exercises and they like doctored the photographs and like flipped them and then like made it look like they were in space. But then there's kind of a thing about, well, they didn't quite know how film would work in space. So if they go up there, took a load of photos and then came back and the film didn't quite work properly, like they kind of wanted something to put out there, so did doctor stuff after the event, you know, which you can believe because it was a race, wasn't it? You know, and you wanted proof and you wanted all that kind of stuff. But have you seen the video of Buzz Aldrin decking that guy? It's so good, isn't it? So this guy is like, Buzz Aldrin's walking into a building or walking out of a building. This guy goes like, you didn't go on the moon, just bang, straight away. It's so good. Just floors him. But they defo went on the moon. Like,
there's the other major theory as well. There was Kurt Cobain, suicide. Was he killed?
Yeah.
All that.
JFK one as well.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. The grassy knoll theory. Yeah. That one's like, how many films have people got out of that? Like, surely there's an answer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Truth is out there.
The truth is out there.
And is there an answer to this one? You can tell the type of conspiracy theories I was looking at, but apparently Michelle Obama murdered Joan Rivers because she found out that she was transsexual.
Well, so Joan found out that Michelle was transsexual.
And they caught wind of this, and she's got too close to the secret here. So, she murdered Joan Rivers apparently because of the secret.
It's a no from me. Pretty buzzing.
Yeah.
Christ. Wow. I just don't even know what to...
That's a good place to end the
I think we
conspiracy
should,
theory
yeah,
discussion, isn't it?
definitely, yeah.
And then we'll move on to our next new section, win, lose or draw. Flash up a sort of jingle or something there.
Just put it when I do
David. You go first.
Let me just turn the vibrate off on this.
Oh.
Yeah.
So essentially, I think we were gonna do something, convince me otherwise, but this is sort of a different way of phrasing it.
Yeah, I suppose it's one of those where we might not be being convinced otherwise. We might all agree on something, but
pick a subject and just debate it. Really, is that the idea?
Yeah, pretty much. But let's try and be a little bit controversial.
Yeah. So
it's all about them.
Not like you.
It's all about them comments.
So a very controversial topic to start off is veganism. Is it mad? Is it any good? Is it? What's everyone's thoughts?
I mean, I suppose some people are vegans for sort of dietary reasons. Some people are vegans for, I suppose you've got to think, why are people vegans? And there's the whole animal loving side of things. I couldn't be a vegan. I can see where they're coming from. I could be a vegetarian. I used to be a vegetarian. I think it's probably a lot easier to be a vegetarian or a vegan now, because I think there's been a lot of sort of food-based progression in the last 10 years or so. It's like fake bacon and stuff. And I've got some meatless mince at home, and it is decent meatless mince. But yeah, vegan, I couldn't do veganism. I like my cheese, I like my chocolate.
Yeah, I suppose, like for me, it's more the, as you say, the food part of it's fine, you know. It sort of makes it harder to be something like vegetarian is like one step from just eating anything, and then vegan's like taking it a step further, isn't it? Making it even harder for yourself. But it is, as you say, it is getting easier now. But it's more like the sort of stuff that comes along with a lot of vegans who are like very passionate about all the other issues that come along with it, and they sort of shove it in your face and protests and all that. I get it. They're obviously doing it for good reasons, but food is like quite a divisive subject, isn't it? And I guess people should really be allowed to eat what they want, and if they don't want to be vegan, then that's fine.
Yeah.
If you want to be vegan, that's fine, but you don't have to sort of make a big deal about it.
It's like religion, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, fine, be whatever religion you want to be,
but
don't try and make me.
It's the preachers that like puts people off.
Yeah. You're vegetarian, aren't you? So
I am vegetarian, yeah, and I only started it 11 and a half months ago. I just don't miss meat.
Yeah.
I was the guy that was like, meat, you know, burgers, and I'd love a steak, and I'd love a bacon butty and all that kind of stuff. I just don't care anymore. Genuinely, I think veganism is the future. I think quite possibly in 50 to 100 years, we'll look back and go, you ate animals? What?
Well,
like, I genuinely think that will be the case. And I know there's an argument of like, oh, well, look at our teeth. Like, our teeth are there to like rip meat, and then or you know, like we have sharp teeth for a reason. We've evolved that capability of eating meat, you know. And I just think that's not a reason to carry on doing things.
You need sharp teeth to bite into a carrot.
Yeah.
But I've seen that like one route that's food scientists are going down is bugs.
Yep.
You know, because that's, I mean, it's still not veganism, is it?
No.
But it's
huge sort of source of protein.
Yeah.
People are already scrying worms on TikTok lives.
See, I've had the dried ones. I've had like a little pouch of dried ones at a festival.
Again, so like it's kind of it's marketing. Like if someone said to you like, do you want to fancy a bit of haggis?
Love a bit of haggis.
Exactly. But how, like, is it more weird to eat the belly of a sheep stuffed with a load of other stuff that's inside of a sheep, or a spider or a locust or something? I don't know, is one weirder than the other?
I mean, I'd have both.
Yeah.
But it's programming, isn't it?
It is programming, yeah.
It's not just...
And that's why I think, I genuinely do think there's going to be a point, and it's the future. Veganism is the future.
I mean, there's that...
I don't know for what reason that is, but I just do think it's going to be weird to eat flesh in the future.
There's a really nice vegan food company that we went to. It's Forked Up Vegan product placement. If you want to send us some bao buns,
we'll do a full review podcast if you want.
But I think I heard someone like in the queue or like by the queue, and they're like, "Oh, vegan, and what else is the kind of thing?" And it's like,
if you only knew, mate.
Yeah. It was like some of the nicest like takeaway stuff I've had.
And I see, like, if I went vegan now, I'd be good because I love cheese. Cheese is like such wonderful food to me. But I reckon I could be vegan. I think the thing about veganism for me that I would struggle with is, you alluded to it a little bit before, which is everything else in your life.
Yeah,
it's not just food, is it? Yeah. If you become a vegan, you then kind of have to sign up for vegan products. It's hard to just be the vegan for just food, because I feel like it is a bit of a way of life at the moment, and it is a bit of a movement, and
but it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be, I suppose. Just be a
dietary choice, and that's it.
It's hard though, isn't it? Because if you've gone all the way that far, the extra 10% to like not wear Doc Martens, or something like that.
Versions, don't you, and stuff.
Exactly, yeah. But I mean, that's, as you said before, like, that's the good thing, in that there is always a vegan option now. One thing I will say is that if we go out for food, it's hard to find just vegetarian food now.
It's always just vegan.
Because if it's vegan, it's vegetarian.
Yeah.
So that is one thing that I am seeing, like, recently, is if it's a smaller place, if it's a smaller restaurant, and they just want to catch all with a vegan, and then you lose, like, nice cheese, butter, all this kind of stuff that you wouldn't really expect. But if it's a good enough place, as you said, it's fine. It is a strange one, though.
But as I just say, like with the cheese, that's probably the one part of vegan food which
hasn't caught up yet. Yeah. And if they could catch that up, I would do it tomorrow probably. Yeah. It's just they haven't. Yeah. That is such a difficult taste and texture profile to.
Because they've got like milk substitutes.
I haven't had milk. Well, I had milk tonight, but I didn't buy milk. I buy like soy milk, and and that wasn't even really like that kind of just happened. You know what I mean? It wasn't. I mean, I don't eat breakfast or lunch, so me having milk is like a bit of a strange thing, if you know what I mean. So
you want some milk substitutes as well?
Most of the time, a lot of the time. Yeah.
I had oat milk once, which was pretty
That's great.
That was really good. Yeah.
Quite milk.
I suppose now it's kind of like you can pick and choose whatever your diet is for you.
I like the flavour. It's basically just like getting flavoured milk, slightly flavoured milk. Yeah. So like if you're having a milkshake or something, it's like just drinking a milkshake and like hazelnut milk.
Yeah.
It's like a milkshake.
Then again, I say that I couldn't do it because I miss cheese. I said that about meat. So maybe I could absolutely do it. Yeah. I think your body adapts as well. Like, I don't crave meat. I don't think I have craved meat.
It's the same as cutting anything out, and cigarettes, alcohol.
Yeah. Even when I'm drunk, I'd never go like, "Oh, do you know what?
Hankering.
I really would like a burger or something," which doesn't bother me.
Yeah. I think ultimately, like, it will just come down to reprogramming, won't it? As you say, it might take 100, 200 years to sort of, because it is so entrenched in us to eat meat.
I'm wondering whether like an event would, some kind of conspiracy theory again. Like, you know, like if there was an event, would that...
Like some kind of pandemic related thing where all animals were inedible.
Yeah.
What was it, foot and mouth?
Yeah. Something like that. And it's like, there's no animals, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, possibly even like a Brexit where
We couldn't get it.
meat becomes more scarce rather than it becoming like it just disappearing completely. It becoming more scarce means that the price goes up, which means
People turn into...
people would just go and get a bit of corn or even just nothing. Just go and have a potato. Like, I think that's one thing that I kind of struggled with when we first started doing it, was we tried all these like meat replacement things. We just don't do that anymore at all. It like, well, I suppose we have like a meat chicken free burgers they're called or something like that, but it's very rare that we have that kind of, like, if I eat tofu, I eat tofu.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't have it like packaged in like red streaky bacon kind of thing. We just have tofu.
Drop the meat out of something and it's inevitably still just as nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a roast dinner, meat is the worst bit of it, to be honest.
Yeah. Potatoes and Yorkshires are the best bit.
Yeah.
Gravy.
As you were saying about price as well, that is one thing, I guess, with veganism and vegetarian as well. The meat alternatives are still quite expensive, aren't they? If you're going for
If you're
like
relying
that
on
sort of
them,
thing,
then I think. But then
compared to like the quantity you get in actual meat or whatever, it's usually priced higher, isn't it? But
but then you look at like an aubergine.
yeah.
It's like 40p or something, and can make a meal as nice as, in fact, probably can impart more flavour on something than chicken or pork or something.
Yeah, but it might be a strategy if they brought the prices down of those things to get more people to...
and like I think they will.
Yeah.
I think like manufacturing techniques and that kind of thing will eventually become... The good thing about like vegetables is that you can grow them up. And I think that's kind of going to be one of these futuristic things that you might see is like vertical farms. Yeah, rather than because as ground, like horizontal land becomes more and more expensive, people will just make like columns of farms that you can, how high can you go? Yeah, you can go for ages before you come into any kind of. And then that's just food.
A cow would fall off.
It will be scared.
That's not good for the tender. You want the cows to be cheap.
Don't get me wrong, I think there's definitely a market for meat, and I think it's a good thing. Like, I think I don't disagree with people eating meat. It's not like a I just do this because I'm stubborn, because I started it and I can't now stop it. And I quite like the fact that there's kind of them kind of speciality meats where like the cows get massaged and played classical music and all this, and like fed like perfect grass and all this kind of stuff. But I just think it might be a conspiracy theory. I just think that it's gonna go to the point where it becomes too expensive for kind of every night of the week, and then you've kind of got to pick and choose when you do have meat.
That could be another conspiracy theory. Where are all the chickens? There's billions a day. Do you ever see a chicken just knocking about? Billions are being consumed every day, and that's just like in supermarkets. Then you've got restaurants, Mackies, all that sort of stuff.
Where are they?
Yeah.
Oh my god, we're going to have a trip. We're going to go to the farm.
Got two.
When was the last time you saw a chicken knocking about?
Do you know what? Kind of on that point, I do think if you had to kill the thing that you ate, barely anyone would be eating meat.
Yeah.
That is hands down a thing. And funnily enough, I probably could do that. Because I would like I have kind of a respect for like you would eat. You would kind of grow the chicken and you would care for it, and it would then feed you, if you know what I mean. Like, it's a different thing rather than like, if things are so like quick now. I need some chicken. Just go and get a thing of plastic from over there. Like, if you wanted to, like, pigs would feed a family of 4 for a full pig would feed a family of 4 for weeks.
Yeah. But I mean, if I had to kill a dog, I'm going to choose someone else's dog, not my dog. So I don't get that whole
messy as well.
You nurture it, you feed it, and then you bring.
But that's what I think. I think there's like a respect. There is.
I suppose if you both go into the relationship knowing what the outcome's going to be.
Yeah. If I read that story to the chicken every night.
Yeah. You can't say you wasn't aware.
Yeah.
Spider pig.
Yeah. Or Pinchy, the lobster. No, yeah, I think that is absolutely a thing, is that people wouldn't kill their food. Most people wouldn't kill their food.
I'd probably put that down as a draw then. I don't know if veganism won that.
I think it's one that's winning more every day.
Yeah.
Would vegetarianism win?
Yeah, I think so. Unless you're looking after chickens and then wringing the neck. Get rid of that argument and then maybe we'll say a win. But
I think it wins from a dietary standpoint, but maybe not the militant vegan side of things.
Fair play.
Yeah, we'll call it a draw then.
Yeah. We've got to make sure that not every one of those is a draw.
Yeah.
Got to not sit on the fence.
Yeah. So I think that sort of brings us to the end of this episode of the Pickup. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe as well. Join our Discord, as we mentioned earlier. We'll put the link in the description, and it's on our website as well, thepickup.uk. Everything's on there. So if you're wondering where to get your stuff, just head there. And it's coming sort of to the end of the year now, isn't it? So we're gonna do a few Christmas specials, I think.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm sure we'll talk about it more in the episodes, but I like me festive period.
Yeah, definitely. Got some
eyes on.
I was just thinking, I haven't got New Year's plans. We should live stream us just watching the Hootenanny in silence.
Progressively more drunk.
Yeah, it's happening.
It's happening.
We're planning a few Christmas things, and then we've got some stuff planned for next year as well, haven't we?
Yeah.
Exciting time for the Pickup. Stick with us, and we'll bring you loads more content over the coming weeks. Hope you enjoyed this new format as well. Let us know what you think, and if you've got any feedback, drop it in the comments. But thanks for watching, and I've been Mark, Andy, Paul. See you next time.
Later on the menu.